Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Debi Gracelia Putri and I am from English Language Education, Teacher Training and Education Faculty, Universitas Pekalongan. For today's special occasion, I would like to present an article. The title is Need Analysis for the Development of What Do You See as Teaching Strategy in Writing Descriptive Text. And this article written by Debi Gracelia Putri and Inayatul Ulia. These are the table of contents of this presentation. First, introduction. Second, research method. Third, finding and discussion. Fourth, conclusion. And fifth, suggestion. Let's move to the first presentation. It's about introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that English is a global language of communication that's spoken around the world, and it is used as a bridge language in more than 50 countries. So, English is to be international language. We know that English have a big impact in any fields, and in education itself, English has a huge impact as it helps students understand materials and connect with the wider learning community. It is important for students to master the four English skills of writing, speaking, reading, and listening. Writing is an important skill in English that is used to express ideas and goals through writing. And in the learning to write, students need to master skills such as organizing words into sentences, and then sentences to be paragraph, and some paragraphs to be a whole text. And we know that in English itself have a lot of kind of the text, and one of the text is descriptive text. Descriptive text is a text to describe something or someone or place. So it is important for students to master how to write descriptive text in correct way. And in the learning process, we know that teacher need teaching strategy. And in the current industrial 4.0 era, technologies such as artificial intelligence has also influenced learning. Therefore, the development of learning strategies such as what do you see, which incorporated technology can be a solution to improve learning to write descriptive text. And in this strategy uses QR codes as learning media and involves students actively. So, with use this teaching strategy, we can push students to be more active in the learning, and also we can introduce the technology to the student. And this is our research method. In this study, the researcher took students of SMAN 1 Kedunguni, especially in class 11F3, as the research object. And for this research, researcher using Google Form to give need analysis to the 33 students in the 11F3 to obtain data. Researchers are also using qualitative methods. Qualitative research is a research process to understand phenomena by creating a comprehensive and complex picture that can be presented in words. Reporting detailed views obtained from information sources and conducted in qualitative setting. Next, let's move to the finding and the discussion. Before we start to the finding, I think it will be better if we know what do you see? What does it mean? What do you see is a teaching strategy. In teaching writing descriptive text, the way to implement this teaching strategy are teacher hide several QR codes, and in those QR codes containing clues which can help students to compose a text. Students will be divided into several groups. Then they will be asked to look for the QR codes that have been shared, have been spread out in the school environment. And after that, they can scan it. Students must write down what they see from the picture that are in the QR codes, and students can begin to develop them into the complete text. In this teaching strategy, researchers use active learning strategies, where in its application, student and teacher play an active role during the learning process. And by using what do you see, we can teach students to how to analyze a picture and how to process from picture to be the writing process, especially in the writing descriptive text. And next, this is the finding. The first one. The first one in this need analysis, the aims of need analysis to study how the conditions of the writing descriptive text learning process in the classroom. And in here, researchers give eight statement, and students should respond. They are agree or not agree, or they are doubting themselves. The first statement is, I am motivated to follow English learning on writing descriptive text. We know that learning motivation is very important for students. Why? Because learning motivation is it can push students to be more excited to join the lesson, and they are 88% of respondents were motivated to follow English lesson, especially in descriptive writing text, and 12% doubting themselves. And the second statement is, I am considered the ability to write descriptive text is very important. There are 88% of respondents consider the ability to write descriptive text is very important, and another 12% chose undecided. And the third one, I am able to write descriptive text well. There are 42.5% respondents doubted their ability to write descriptive text, and 45 felt doubting their ability, and 12% respondents felt cannot write descriptive text. It is very important to have this statement, because we can check how they confident feeling when they writing descriptive text, when they know they can do this. I think they also can do this. And the next is, the teacher always tells me the learning objective before the lesson start. It is very important for teacher to sharing learning objective first to the student, so the student also have a goals for the learning process. And in here, there are 97% respondents stated the teacher always tells the learning objective before the lesson start. I think it's a good. And next, I understand the material that has been delivered easily. If student can understand the material easily, so they can practice it after the lesson, I think. And in here, there are 66 respondents stated that they can understand material easily, and 34% respondents stated they cannot understand easily. Next, I play an active role during the learning. Yeah, in here, some of students maybe they feel to be shy, to be shy and confused to answering the question or to sharing their ideas. And here there are 45.5 does not play an active role during learning, and 45% stated that they play an active role in the classroom. So in that classroom, not all students have play active role during the learning. And then next, I can practice the material taught after the lesson is over. There are 54.5% does not can practice after the lesson is over, and another 45% felt they can practice the material after the lesson. And next, I get feedback from the teacher. It is important for teacher to give feedback or evaluation for the student, because with their feedback, student can learn to analyze where the wrong thing, and they can learn how to do it in the right thing. And there are 97% respondents stated that they got feedback from the teacher. Next, in here, the second finding and discussion is about the need to develop the learning process with technology. In this case, the researchers additionally distribute questionnaires to the students concerned. Students need development teaching strategy by using technology, and the questionnaires were distributed to the student of SMA 1 Kedung Muni. There were 33 students who took the questionnaire. We know that in this industrial era, the teacher should be more creative, should be more updated with the technology. So in here, researcher try to asking to the student, is there any need to develop learning and teaching strategy with the technology? And 97% of respondents agree that there is a need to develop teaching strategy with technology. Based on the table, it can be concluded that there is the need a development teaching and learning process with technology. That means students will get used to being side by side with the technology, and the teacher can participate in preparing their students to face the challenges in the industrial era 4.0. Next, the third one, students need for development of what do you see as a teaching strategy in writing descriptive text. And here's the statement. First of all, researcher give explanation to the student. What do you see and how to use it? And for the last question is about statement, how the student opinion about the need of what do you see, development, what do you see as teaching strategy. And there are 97% respondents agree that what do you see as teaching strategy in writing descriptive text is need to be developed. Based on the table above, it means there is the need of development. What do you see as teaching strategy in writing descriptive text? As many as 97% of students agree that it was important for this research to develop what do you see as teaching strategy. Next is the conclusion. Based on the result of the research that was done by a researcher, it can be concluded that development of what do you see as teaching strategy in writing strategy is needed. The use of what do you see as teaching strategy was new to the student of 11F3 SMA 1 Kedung Muni. The learning process encouraged students to be more active during the learning process and not run monotonously, because there are active activities and also in cooperation with the use of technology. And here's the suggestion. Based on the research, the researchers to the readers as follow. The first one for teacher. Teacher can use what do you see as teaching strategy in writing descriptive text. So The learning process would not be monotone, and teacher also can encourage students to be more active in the classroom in the learning process. And the second one, for other researchers, is in this research has limited time in the developing what you use as this strategy. Therefore, it was hoped it can be continued with a wider sample and customized with the other material. And the third one, for readers, this research can be a reference article that can increase knowledge about teaching strategy for writing descriptive text. Okay, everyone, that's all my presentation for today. Thank you. If you have any question, you can share it. Thank you and bye-bye.